This is Albus Dumbledore talking to you now. Uh, I don't know if anyone's ever done this, but have you ever had an 8 ball that you use? Because this is the one that I use, and I know there's other weirdos out there who do this too, and I find it hilarious because I used to live off this thing, and I would ask myself questions, and I'd be like, oh my god, yeah, they agree, and then I'd just keep doing it. It'd be like flashcards, and to me, it was a way of trying to exercise my brain. And I think that's like how I feel when I look at YouTube nowadays, where it's just like just a whole bunch of shit out there, right? And how do you delineate between the shit and the good stuff? And it's hard to do, but I think that the older I get, the more I realize that this is only a tool that I should use the same way that I drink water, or other tools or whatever. Like, I should not be using this all the time because it's bad for your brain. A little bit goes a long ways. But if you're sitting here and you're trying to open up the world of information to yourself, you're going to be exposed to all that, and it's going to make you crazy. And so I think it's a balance between like trying to test yourself and test your knowledge, but you also have to remain grounded at the same time. And that's a very tricky thing to do. And so, yeah. But I felt like playing some Rocket League today, and I'm in a little bit of a better mood. Not exactly a better mood from last night, because I still kind of feel like doo-doo. But I have a smoothie coming from DoorDash, and I love DoorDash. DoorDash is literally a really, really good company. And they're very, very close. I think they need to incorporate some more fun stuff. Like they should have drone shipping. Like, there should be some guys, instead of like driving a bicycle to your car or to your doorstep, and delivering you your groceries or whatever you're getting, like, they should have drones and they should fly that shit. But the problem is like infrastructure's just not there. So how do you do that? And so it's probably for like select few people that get to have that experience. But I really think that would be a fun concept. And I'm really surprised that DoorDash developed their own Door Mart. Sorry to talk about DoorDash. I don't mean to sponsor it. It's just like I literally couldn't live without it, because I'm a absolute plebe of a human being and don't deserve to live on this planet, because DoorDash literally keeps me alive. DoorDash is my life support in real life. And so I'm not really speaking it as a form of advertisement. I'm speaking it as a form of like, that's my fucking magic 8 ball, and I'm just fucking hitting that thing as hard as I can. And I probably shouldn't, because I'll never learn to cook. Well, I know how to cook, just not like very well. And it's just, yeah. But anyways, like, DoorDash, props to you. I don't know why I prefer you to like Grubhub or Uber Eats or anything. I don't know. It's just, maybe it's the design. Like, as silly and stupid as that sounds, it's just your app looks nice. I like looking at DoorDash because it's a proper app. And yeah, so I know there's probably other people who are just like, what? I use Grubhub. What the hell? Like, you use DoorDash, you're a traitor. And I don't know. Yeah, like, it's not a nice thing to pick loyalty, but you got to do something. So that's that. And we're going to move forward. I'm not going to be Albus Dumbledore with the voice, even though sometimes I do very well. Harry Potter. Okay, that's stupid. Oh, that's why I was thinking Harry Potter. We had a video of me in the what is it called? The Quidditch area. This is somehow just like randomly picked it to just try out. Maybe we try out some of these other things too. To warm up, maybe? I don't know. Water polo? What the heck? Aim training. Let's try that. That'll warm us up, right? Oh my god. What we got here? Random target sizes, random wall distances, random ball drops. Survival, normal, easy. Okay. Boom. I don't know why I need to jump through those. And then we'll do easy. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm killing it. Let's go. Do I fail? I mean, these aren't not like these are good shots, but how come oh no! There goes my streak. Wait, it went in. There we go. I mean, how come it's not giving me a streak? Okay, well, these are easy. Can I try hard? Dude, I have hemorrhoids. My anus bled so much today because I think I ate too much pizza, and all the sodium in the pizza destroyed my digestive system. And I know I need to eat more fiber. So, you know, reminder to those who bleed from their asshole. That's not fun. Like, there's a lot of blood. Like, I was like, am I a girl? Am I on my period? Damn straight I am. Transitioning. Without drugs. It's like, men can experience pain too. When they force their poops out from trying to lift weights all these years. And that's why they have to eat more. Okay, why did I talk about that? I don't know, I just really like the difference between feminine and masculine energies, because I find them very similar in many ways, but it's not like... It's like the roles that they play are at different points in their life. Anyways, okay. Oh my gosh, this is hard. Nope, that's not even close. There we go. Oh my god, dude. Yes, this is what I'm talking about. I love this. I was short. There we go. I have to gauge the distance because I don't really know how far I'm shooting, you know? Oh my gosh. Tell me that's gonna go in. Well, this is really, really handy. I'm not gonna lie. Who made this? Who is this guy to make this? I gotta compliment him. Brilliant, brilliant, sir. I'm in love. This is way better than practicing and training. I feel like I can only appreciate this after I become a demigod, though, because I just wanted to do it, like, naturally. Oh, there we go. Oh. I love how I missed that stuff. I love how it also gives me the chance to do it again. Why is this so hard? Why did I miss? Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I'm in love. Do I need to be in first person for this? A little high. Dude, maybe that's my issue. Ah, wow, it's even giving me... I didn't even notice that because I'm so absolutely blind, but if I let it go... Oh, hey, my smoothie. Hold on. Told you, man. DoorDash is just like, yo, dog, I loved you advertising for me. I'm gonna get you your meal real quick. I'm gonna do it in like 2 seconds. Dude, and to all of them DoorDash delivery people, I swear to God, I wish I could tip you more. I don't have enough money because I constantly fucking spend money on all of you DoorDash people, if that makes sense. Like, I order DoorDash so goddamn much. The reason why I can't tip high is because I'm ordering more DoorDash, motherfucker. And I'm employing all of you people. So you're welcome. And I hope that all of those minority groups, because that's what it seems to be like. I hate to say it, but DoorDash, you got to work on your how do I... There's an issue because I see all the minorities doing Uber. I see all the minorities doing DoorDash, and that's kind of fucked up, right? I think that needs to change. Point of the beam. Maybe I should go work for DoorDash. I don't know. I'm unemployed. Maybe that's where I can make some money. And I could be the only white boy to go do that. Honestly, at this point in my life, the way I'm feeling right now, not a bad gig. Because, you know, shit sucks for me right now. Oh, finally, guys walked up the stairs. I live on the top floor. No elevator. All right, I'll be right back. No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think it's fair to people that you just have like this. Like, if I was gonna criticize like DoorDash and Uber and other industries, I'm sure, but like when you have this open hiring policy, I know like you're just trying to like fill the shoes, or you know, like fill the roles of these industry, but you have to understand that the people you're hiring is fucking biased as hell, and a goddamn sign of classism that happens in America, and that needs to be addressed. And it's not your fault, but you certainly don't fucking aid and fix that situation, you know. And I've had some bad delivery people, and I've had some good delivery people, right? And I think like DoorDash even delineates from that too. Like, if you don't leave a tip, you get a shitty delivery person. If you do leave a tip, you get a nice delivery person. And I just find that fascinating. I don't know if anyone's felt the same type of situation that I feel, but I got a smoothie. It is fire. I needed some, I think this is like some orange concoction. Vitamin C. So, yeah. So, like, I think DoorDash needs to donate to not fixing their open source hiring process, because I'm pretty sure that's what they have. I don't know for certain, but I know I worked for Uber once a while back, and I was in a city that was really bad, and Ubering just wasn't really profitable for me. But and I know like some Uber drivers make like 3-4 grand a week in Manhattan, and that is just insane to me. Like, that's really good money. Like, really good money. And I don't know. So yeah, it's so weird. Like, society is just so weird, dude. I just don't understand. At least Uber drivers can make a lot of money, but I've tried Uber driving. I can't sit like that and handle that responsibility. But if you put me in a video game chair, I'm a fucking loser and I can sit here all day. But you put me in a car and I'm losing interest. I'm bored as all get out and I hate people. Yeah. Not all people. I like it when the Uber drivers talk to me, most times. But half of them I can't even understand anyways. Especially when they have thick accents. But, I don't know. Okay, back to Rocket League. You know, like, Rocket League is kind of like very similar to DoorDash in that sense, where it's like you're playing against all these random people. You don't even know who you're playing against, man. And I like to think I'm playing against some professional soccer players out there. Both, like, I don't know, like, to me, like, playing FIFA is just, like, ridiculous. Like, who would play FIFA? Like, the video game. I love Rocket League because it's, like, that's actual soccer. You know? That's electronic soccer. And it's got, like, this weird, like, graphics to it. Like, maybe I don't like being in this car. Maybe I would look cooler as a person. But, like, I don't know. I think, like, even though it's silly, like, I've just come accustomed to it. But, yeah, it is kind of weird to drive around as a little car. It's like a weird reality that we're in. Like a real weird reality box. Anyways. So I should probably make this shot before I... Maybe that's what I should do. See, I'm trying to, like, hit this straight on, and that's... Because, like, when you're coming at a ball, you're going straight at it, you know? But, like, I'm not going to go like this and hit the ball, per se. I mean, maybe that's what I should do. I don't know. At least we got left of that. Dude, it'd be a lot easier if they didn't frickin', like, change up the ball's position every time. Because I'm, like, just wanting to hit it. Okay, whoa. Alright, the game finally was like, take this one, Andrew. This is embarrassing for you, dude. Oh my goodness. Dude, I am such a weird man. And I recognize it, man. And I hope you understand that I'm unapologetically authentic. Dude, what am I doing? Okay, I'm kind of losing interest to play now. But like I want to talk and share my thoughts and opinions, but I don't think that's very healthy. I probably should obtain some Ronaldo discipline or Zlatan discipline. Kind of bothers me that Zlatan and Ronaldo are put on the same, like, spectrum. Okay. So, yeah, we're going to initiate some discipline and we're going to go into it. And we're going to initiate some more discipline, and we're going to talk about astrology. So let's dive into the different astrological signs, and I know there's 12 of them, and it's not easy for me to balance out which signs I see, but let's try. Scrub knots. Who else we got? Moist and Severus. Oh my god, I'm not paying attention! Oh, I'm really not. What's going on? Jeez, that was embarrassing. Goes to show you that I'm not warmed up and I should not be here right now. Okay, we got Cardinal. Just smack it out of there. Look at that guy going Cardinal. Very Cardinal. Look where he just hit that. Gosh dang. I want to say that training that I just went through kind of messed me up a little bit. Just because my perception's off right now. Like 3D. Okay, so that guy Moist just went pretty aggressive. Look at him going Cardinal. Mutable. That little flip right there was mutable. Cardinal. That was fixed from my teammate. It's hard to tell which is fixed, cardinal, and mutable because, like I've said multiple times, you're like technically going through all of these at once. You know, like every decision, every little turn you make is like a combination of the three of them. Okay, we're just gonna sit. I mean, low energy right now, right? I'm pulling my energy out, and that's causing everyone to kind of just like relax. You know, like I'm not chasing. I'm just like chill, right? It's keeping the balls in control. There's no breakaway. You know, that's what I would call it as. It's like, you know, like when you're playing soccer in real life, or you're watching soccer on TV, and I don't watch a lot of soccer. I rather play sports than watch them. So like I hate sports, to be honest, but I love playing sports. Isn't that freaking weird? Okay, so like, oh boy, made a mistake here. Yeah. Teammate was relying so much on my defense. Snape. Severus Snape. See, that's how fucking Dumbledore I am, because I manifested Severus Snape. Moist. And that's how I know we live in a simulation, motherfuckers. Because I manifested this all, and I am the god of my own reality. Right on. So yeah, low energy going on right now. Not really. I mean, we're just kind of like practicing, right? That's how it feels, and that's okay. We don't need to be demonstrating our full skill, because we don't want to expose our tricks to the rest of the game. I stole your boost. I'm sorry, my guy. Where are you going? I mean, my teammate is, like, probably bored and incapable himself. Come on, pass that to me. Oh, shit. Oh, almost got there. Alright, well, I gotta put on a little bit more pressure if I'm gonna be successful here. See that little stutter? Oh, I love that shot, that stutter shot. Because I went from cardinal to mutable. And Oh, for those who don't know those energies, because this is Rocket League, not astrology. A lot of Rocket League players are probably going to be here, not astrology fans. Modalities. Oh, wow. Okay, nice shot. Modalities are modes of the human psyche, and you've got initiation, like well, initiation's a good term. I don't really like the term for the fixed energies because because that was me. Um, I don't have a better word because they say momentum as fixed, and while that's true, it just doesn't roll off the tongue very easy. It doesn't sound like a flashy mode. But yeah, so you got initiators, momentum players, and then the endings of the cycle. So or you could look at it like start, middle, and end. And here's the end of this game. But so you have start, middle, and end, and it's what? The start of a decision, the middle of the decision, and then the ending of the decision. And you're constantly going through all these different feelings, right? And reactions or logic or whatever you want to put into your skill set, right? I would probably say that if you have natural talent, you're operating on the feeling spectrum, and if you have like that professional acuity, what are they? You're like more disciplined, more on the logic side of things. But so, and anyways, I mean that's just spitballing ideas. None of what I'm doing right now should be legit. I want everyone to understand that this is a pseudoscience, right? And if you don't know what a pseudoscience is, it is taking something abstract and trying to relate it to scientific inquiries. And I don't want you guys to mix up this as reality, because reality is far more complicated than you understand. So I use astrology because I feel like I have connected with this ability to interpret different like personalities, different responses and reactions to the reality. And I feel like it comes down to like a specific group of understanding and meaning and way that we tackle the world. So anyway, so the modes are one way of looking at things, start, middle, and end. We can also look at the different elements, the fire, air, earth, fire, earth, air, water. In that order. Fire, earth, air, water. In that order. Fire, earth, air, water. One more time. Fire, earth, air, water. So when you understand that, that's kind of like the process of your decisions. You bring energy to it. You see what reality manifests. You apply logic to the situation, and you get some sort of reaction from it. If that makes sense. So, when you... let's see. Yeah. So when you look at the situations at hand, you have to understand that you're always affecting other people, and how do you match the energies at hand? Well, it's very complicated, and there's different ways you can go about it. But like, let's say that last game, I was kind of like playing very passively, and I was saying that there was low energy to the game and passive. Well, my teammate probably wasn't thinking that. My teammate was forced to be put in a position where he had to do all the offensive pushing, right? So what he does is he looks at me and goes, I'm the one causing the issue, right? I am the antithesis to the energy that he's putting out there. And he is not allowed to change his position unless I change my position, correct? So the object of the game, if you want to try to be successful, is just to measure the energy flow and try to change your position accordingly so that you can benefit your side, your factor. But but ultimately, it's not about winning or losing. It's about trying to maximize the energy that is on the field, because that is what is the most exciting part of the game. And, you know, like, I, right now, am participating in this game, and that's causing them to participate in this game. But if all of a sudden I act and react like a moron, that's going to send bad energy to the game, right? Like, I could do this, and this is going to be hilarious, and then all of a sudden they're going to be like, are you in the game or not? Close one. Almost got there. But do you see how that if I act and I misbehave accordingly, that's sending energy to the system, and everyone else is going to react accordingly. So now I look like a baboon because I'm like, hey, you guys aren't even good enough to play with me. Well, that was supposed to be a pass, but... So, you know, and that's kind of like, okay, but do you see how all of my actions now, they compile? So if I'm going to behave and act a specific way, then that's something that my teammate is going to take into account, and he's now going to have to react and behave accordingly. So I don't know if you've noticed, but he's now stayed in net a little bit more than I wanted. And I'm the one who's have to come out of net. So how do I change his behavior? Well, I have to demonstrate that we can establish trust. I have to move my position and mix up that energy so that he can understand this energy flow that's happening. Right? So if you're going to manifest... And a lot of people say manifest, and it's a spooky topic, right? People are like, manifest, manifest, manifest. And you go, holy shit, you mean I can be in control of the energy? Well, yes, and also no. Because that's what it is. That's what reality is. It's like, yes, you have control, but you also don't have control. And so it's like, you have... you know, we also highlight Leo and Aquarius a lot, and I love, when I discovered this, I love bringing it up. But it's like it's the collective versus the self, right? It's like Leo's like me, but they get, you know, ostracized as it being me, right? But and then Aquarius is you, and they get ostracized as being you. You know, like, I don't know if it's just me, but I swear on my life that Aquarius, like, people who have a heavy Aquarius in their system, they love dyeing their hair, and I find it so funny because they're not doing it for themselves, they're doing it for everyone else, because they recognize that when they do it for someone else, it makes them feel good. But they don't understand that they're pushing those feelings on other people. And that's what's hilarious. So how are they any better than their counterpart, Leo? Because Leo tries to do things for themselves, and it comes across as selfish, but that's not always the case. So it's like this interesting mix of energies, So that's why, if you're gonna make like a video game or look at life and try to balance things out, it's a combination of that. You can't have a good video game without incorporating some form or fashion of a mixture of astrological signs, right? You have to understand that in the world there's if you're trying to do something important and you want to make an impact, then you have to incorporate all 12 astrological signs, because that is the only way to be successful. And I go like, look at all of life, and it's like, there's always a start, middle, and end. You're never going to get there unless you start it, you work on it, and then you finish it. And then, at the same time, like, I don't know. Anyways, moving on. We're going to get back to astrological signs. Let's see, what are some more counterparts? Another one's like, we got Aries and Libra, and those are counterparts, right? So the Aries and Libra counterparts are interesting because that's like the start of the energy, right? And the start of the energy is like, do we want conflict or no conflict? That's what it is. And I have a Libra ascendant, so I hate conflict, and that makes me lack a lot of discipline, because I'm afraid to grind against the system, and like I'm afraid to make decisions because I'm constantly weighing things out, and it's just like, if I do that, and if I do that to myself, right, I'm going to hurt my opportunities. Conversely, if I'm always in conflict as an Aries, that's also going to hurt my abilities. People who chase a lot, it's like a mixture of like that Aries cardinal and like being fixed. So if that's your astrological signs and you have Aries and fixed and other fixed energies, I can label all the fixed energies. I know everything by heart now, but fixed energies are Gemini, Scorpio, Taurus, and who else am I missing? And Leo. So if you are the fixed energies, right, then, and you have Aries being the conflict prone, then you are going to be a chaser. I just know for a fact you are a chaser. A lot of people like chasers. There are people who enjoy chasers, right? If I'm gonna be sitting back and chilling, and I want you to do all the work for me, I can just tell you what you're doing right and wrong, and you're gonna sit there and you're gonna do the work for me, right? And I can control that just by positioning my my body, my avatar, right? So, or personality or whatever, all that kind of stuff. So, okay, so when we look at things that are conflict and non-conflict, you have to realize that it is a combination of the both at all times. You are both in conflict and not in conflict all the time. just because you decide to go hit the ball, right, does not mean that it's going to affect the long run. So just because I initiate some sort of conflict, it does not mean I'm in a dire situation, right? So that's where non-conflict people need to understand that going in for shots and taking a shot at things is not necessarily conflict. And so you'll mix up that energy and you won't recognize, and poor Libras, you know, like I feel bad for a lot of Libras because they probably are crybabies, because I'm a crybaby, and you think that you know, like I'm going to affect the world by having conflict, and that's not the case, because the world's very vast and you got to toughen up and all these things, and like, but yeah, you're not always in conflict. Like look, we both hit the ball as you know, kickoffs, but I'm not in conflict because I go and have a kickoff, right? Because I know more often than not nothing's going to resort from that issue. So it's like, if I'm going to go through that process, you have to understand that what is conflict and what isn't conflict is very tricky to look at. And you know, you can look at the same thing with all those other astrological signs. You have to look at the big picture, and the big picture is hard to see sometimes. Maybe we should go into Sagittarius versus Gemini, because that's what that dichotomy is. But we're gonna get there next. We're gonna talk about Taurus and Scorpio, and I actually don't know these energies very well. That's probably my weakest combination, other than Gemini and Sagittarius. But so as far as understanding goes, because I feel that in order to really understand something, you have to be that something, right? Because it's hard to understand the feelings of something that you just aren't. So, and look at that. What a nice shot. I really thought he was going to, like, in that replay, because I didn't see what was happening behind that ball. OnlyFans ball? The OnlyFans ball? Like that. I wasn't even looking at these guys. A singular chair. OnlyFans. Ushi. Ooh, what a save, dude. Alright. No. Now, I love these, this Only Bills fan, because look how frickin' hard he's trying, and I can take all of his energy and I can ignore it, and so is Ushi. Like, everyone here has high energy right now, and I'm just like, chill. Makes my gameplay a lot easier, because as a high level, well, I shouldn't say that easy. But I don't know, because I can be relaxed and I don't actually have to have effort per se, or I don't feel like I'm giving an effort right now because I'm focusing on talking. So anyways, okay, Taurus and Scorpio. So Taurus and Scorpio are like grudge and trust. So the grudge is like, hey, Ander needs to score a goal, so it's gotta happen. And trust is like, you know, you are, let's see, trust is like, you know, these are the parameters at hand. My teammate wants the ball, so I got to just let him go for that action, right? I can't just sit here and say me. So that's where the trust comes in. And those are both fixed energies. They're both tangible, right? So it's like I trust that everyone here can have a good time playing the game as long as everyone behaves appropriately. And that's the trust factor. And the trust factor is like, you know, we can talk about the game. We can, you know, Sagittarius and Gemini, we can talk about the game. But the reality is like the reality is the fixed energies, okay? And that's what's established. Maybe I didn't get that right. I don't know. Teammate seems mad at me. Oh, what am I doing? What am I doing? Oh my goodness, I'm worthless right now. Let's focus on the game just so I can try to win this instead of D-ranking this whole time. Gotta get... Wee! Skip it a wee! I don't have boost, dude. I got it. Nice shot. Take the shot. Take it. Okay, wow. Awful. Okay, yeah, so I don't know if... I'm sorry. I'm not even going to say sorry. He knows I'm sorry. No, okay, I'll say... No, I can't now. Alright, well, because I'm talking... I don't want to give... Well, I have to give you a representation of the... So, like... You know, and we can look at tarot cards as a huge difference. Like a lot of readers will need to use the assist of tarot cards in order to formulate an opinion, and that is perfectly fine and acceptable. Okay, and then it's the parameter of not having a concept, or what is it? It's like everyone's looking for that energy flow, right? Everyone's looking for that energy flow. If I was just doing this, and this is all I did, and this is all my screen was, and I was just talking, I wouldn't have any followers. Because I'm missing the incorporation of all of these other parameters that allow that energy flow to be appreciated and enjoyed, right? So I can sit here, and that's why people don't like training. They don't like practicing, because it's almost pointless. Because when you're doing this, it's like that right there. I was able to provide conflict in a non-conflict area, and so it's like, you know, that's why fixed signs are so important, because without fixed signs we don't have reality. And the reality is like there's tangibility to things. Reality is I can sit here and I can record a video of me doing a flip reset 1,000,000 times, but unless I demonstrate and show you that I have to learn and grow as well as a player, and unless I establish the fact that I'm not perfect, then everything is just a fluff and a lie, and I don't know. Anyways, so I think it's really important to be honest with yourself and honest with the world as best you can, and to not hide things, and don't be ashamed of enjoying things either. And like, for instance, like I don't know why I'm going off on this tangent here, but my cousin had a friend, and I was like 21 or something like that, finally able to drink, and we were hanging out at a beer garden, and this person that was my cousin's friend, she's like, I don't like boys who play video games. And that fucking hurt, dude. And I just was like, okay. because I felt guilty about having that stance, right? As a Taurus, okay, that's where I have Mars and Taurus, and that's where my confidence kind of lays a little bit. But what's so funny is, like, dude, that was a passionate feeling that came from her in her life, and that was an emotional reaction to something that she has experienced. And if I let her words get to me, then I will never be able to explain to her my other side of the fact. And the other side of the fact is like, excuse me, lady, I'm enjoying myself and happy. And don't you think that being happy is way better than hating on video games? Where is your morals? Okay? And so her position is like, oh, I probably dated a guy once, and that's all he did was play video games. Well, yeah, because you're a piece of shit to him and his feelings. You have your predisposed concept of what's going on, and he has his, and that's the way that he is handling and interpreting his reality. And if you're trying to get him to think differently, criticizing him isn't going to make it any better. Okay, you have to open up the concept of what is really going on. You know, like, why does Ander enjoy Rocket League? I enjoy Rocket League not because I love soccer. Maybe a little bit. Maybe I've learned to love soccer and appreciate it more now that I play it. But I do it because I enjoy a little bit of competition. I enjoy people's reactions to things. And this is a way that I get to see all of that play out, because as a guy who is you know, coming over here grabbing boost, I get to see that, you know, someone's sitting in net way over there, and I'm gonna go, like, and like, he can't hide that from me ever. He can't hide his true intentions and feelings from me, and I love that, and I get off on that. So it has nothing to do. It has nothing to do with video games. It has nothing to do with Rocket League, and it has everything to do with, I enjoy feelings and I enjoy competition. Right? And what is competition? Competition is like people. That's what I'm here for. Is like to try to better myself by fucking other people up. And that's something I should probably work on in life, you know, like, no wonder why I don't have relationships, or very good relationships in my life, is because that's how I perceive life, as just like, let me mess up your emotions. And I think that is manipulative. Yes, it is. It is very, very manipulative emotionally. And it's not right of me to do that, right? It's very like we talked about, like me going, this one girl, she didn't like me playing video games. Well, that's her interpretation of it, right? That's her interpretation of what she thinks she sees. But in the reality of it, it's like, yes, I am emotionally manipulative, but that's not my intentions. Ultimately, what I'd love to do is to help you grow and learn as a person, because I can only better myself if you learn and grow as a person. But is that right of me to do, right? Is that right of me to sit here and subject all of the practice that I'm doing, right? I am practicing against these people, right? Because I want to be the best. So it's very, I don't know, but and I'm sure that other people want the same, because without me doing this, sorry, I'm getting winded, or like my gut is acting up here. Probably gonna die or something of cancer, but like you want to, yeah, you want to work on those feelings and stuff, because ultimately it's not about Rocket League. Okay, Rocket League is just this training ground that I have felt comfortable in, right? Because to me, it's like going to the bar and talking to a stranger, because I get to like see how they're gonna react or whatever. And anyways, but I'm not trying to be like a bad person about it. Does that make sense? Because my intentions isn't to destroy you. My intentions is to better you and try to learn from you and all these other things. So emotional manipulation is something that you have to be careful about, but like at the end of the day, like I get subjected to YouTube videos and I don't want to listen to that stuff. It's like those algorithms that push those videos of like Tate, like, yeah, I should be exposed to him a little bit to learn whatever he's got. But after a while, it's just like, dude, like that is obnoxious behavior that I don't need to feel all the time. Maybe once in a blue moon, but not all the time. And so there needs to be a balance to things, and like I'm definitely addicted to Rocket League in many ways, because it's like, you know, well, we talked about that. So yeah, I have things I need to work on, and that I know I do, and I am apologetic for. Like I had this conversation with my mom last night, and for the first time ever in my life, and I'm 30 years old, I asked her, do you want to have a conversation? That was the very first thing I asked her. And I wanted to be polite, and I had a whole bunch of anxiety through that, because I didn't even know it came from myself and our relationship with what we had with each other. And my mom, she schmoozed me, and I was like, Mom, stop schmoozing me. I don't want to be told that I'm the greatest son in the world, because the truth of the matter is I'm not. I know that for a fact. And if you're going to sit here and say I love you, love you, love you, like that's just like the collective's way of establishing a reaction to things, and is like it's not appropriate. It's like, what is love really? Well, love is complicated, right? Love is I love you enough to tell you the truth sometimes. And it can be hard to manage the schmoozing versus the non-schmoozing, and how do you interpret things. So like my so I got really upset at my mom. Felt like a douchebag for it. Just beating the heck out of her. And I realize I do this all the time. I come out of my shell, right? And I just start swinging. And I do it because I'm insecure. I do it because you know, like I had a hard time deciding whether or not I want to record Rocket League videos, because I'm not very good at Rocket League, and I have other interests like astrology, and you know, because I'm still like learning and growing as a person, and now I'm like getting to the point where it's like I'm doing the things that I don't like from other people, which is like you're subjecting feelings onto people, you're subjecting thoughts and reactions on people, and I don't think that that's right. So I almost don't want to become famous on YouTube for any reasons, because I know that in the truth of the matter is like, no one wants to fucking hang on to my energy. People don't want that. That's not normal. When when we're evolving as humans and creatures throughout time, like, that's never been our responsibility. Our responsibility is not to interpret what's over the mountain. And that's kind of what and that's with the internet, we say, like, has the internet made society better or worse? And I go, well, it's educated us, but it's also made things worse. And it's like a tricky thing that I think is completely out of control and very underdeveloped. Like, we live in probably the most chaotic period of human existence that has ever been, and I think that it's going to take another 50 years to come out of this hellhole, and that's when humans will be happy. Not now. Humans are miserable right now. Miserable. Like, absolutely miserable, because we're sitting here like, I need to get my ego filled because it's now convenient for me to do so, and I'm going to sit here watching puppy videos instead of running from a tiger. And that's how we need to interpret life a little bit more, is like, no, man, like, it's not that I find that tiger to be dangerous, because maybe that tiger is full, but I shouldn't be subjecting myself to the fear all the time. Anyways, and that's kind of what society is like, you're letting those, it's like when you seek out those emotions, like, I want to go watch puppy videos online to feel better about myself. When you're seeking out that emotions, it's a band-aid approach to what the problem is, right? It's a band-aid approach to being subjected to feelings that you don't want to have, that could get you out of the situation you're in. You don't need to be watching puppy videos. You need to do the opposite, which is like, go get a puppy. Go buy a puppy. If you want puppy feelings, go see what that responsibility is like. Go see what putting love and attention and care into something that deserves it. Because that's hard to do, but it's way more rewarding, and that's the feeling that you're looking for. And I talk about misandry a lot because I'm a man, and that's how I feel, is that everyone hates men in this world. And I think that what it really is like, no, people don't like it when feelings are subjected on other people. And a lot of times you have to kind of go through that conflict in order to work things out. You have to go through conflict in order to understand that this guy's not being emotionally manipulative. He's just a really complicated dude. He's lived a life history. Right? And I can't chalk up everything that he is experiencing, and I have to figure it out. And if you're going to be a Libra and you're going to be conflict adverse, you're fucking yourself. Right? So, anyways. So, but I have to learn too that I can't just subject feelings on people as a Cancer and Sun, because that's where I get my ego from. Is I communicate through those emotions, right? And my Mercury is a Leo, so I speak very boldly about this stuff. So anyways, back on to Scorpio in Taurus, is like, so you look at reality of things, and it's more complicated than it looks. And a Taurus needs to understand that just because you see people and how do I put this? Taurus needs to trust the fact that other people are not necessarily malicious, right? And like I feel like a Taurus is gonna sit here and be like, you know, you're one way or you're the other. And well, how do I put this? Like a Taurus will understand the people around, but not really delve into the depths of who these people are. And that's where the trust factor comes in. That's where Scorpio comes in, which is like a Scorpio is like, yes, I'm making those choices to react and behave according to the parameters. But Scorpio knows that people are deep and they are complicated and they have more to them than meets the eye. But not everyone wants to bring those feelings and intentions to the surface. And that's where you can learn to get better, is sometimes things are better left untouched. And but both of those energies of Taurus and Scorpio are fixed. So they're still momentum players. And momentum players need to be a little bit more cautious of their momentum. If I go ahead and hit this ball as hard as I can, everyone in the world is going to know that's what I'm doing. Right? And if I come here and I just, stop, I just went mutable. And now all of a sudden I'm stopping playing, and I'm really mixing up the energies right now. And if you're taking that at face value, it's kind of messed up. It's like it's really weird, right? Because I don't know where I'm going with this, guys. But yeah, so Taurus and Scorpio, they're opposites. They're very cool. But we're going to move to Gemini and Sagittarius. So Gemini and Sagittarius are like the interpreters. Okay, they're both mutable. Gemini is fixed. Sagittarius is mutable. My apologies. So, how do I put this? So, like, those are both the interpreters of the situation. And so I look at a Gemini, and I feel like a Gemini is very object-orientated in terms of when they talk about things, it's either yes and or no. And that bothers the piss out of me sometimes. Not to bag on Geminis, and I say this time and time again, but you ask a Gemini what they think about astrology, and they'll say, well, it could be or it won't be. And it's just like, you're a fucker. Because you just want to communicatively battle whatever interpretation you see, because that's the energy that you bring to the table. Yes, I could be the best Rocket League player in the world, hypothetically speaking, but no one will ever know that because my rank doesn't show. And Sagittarius would be like, well, what are your long-term goals? Like a Sagittarius is the arrow firer. So, like I used to always try to equate moves in the game as different astrological signs. And I would say that a Gemini has focus on the ball at all times. Is like when they are looking at the screen, they are focused on the ball. Right? But a Sagittarius isn't focusing on the ball. They are focusing on the energy flow and just trying to manipulate that energy flow, and that's fucking annoying. Because sorry to bag on Sagittarius and Gemini, but I'm going to, because one is my mom and one is my brother, and I like to throw them under the bus because I don't understand them very well, because I am leaning more opposite to those people than I'd like to admit. And it's hard for me to understand them as best as possible, because it's just a different form of thinking, and I just don't live in that realm per se. But like, but yeah. So Sagittarius will try to get that energy out, right? If I go do a pinch play right there, and let's say, you know, like a teammate is chasing me, I got the pressure on, the energy's over here, boom, I'm getting that out of here. Now all of a sudden I don't have that pressure on me. And a Sagittarius will sit here and sit here and sit here, and they'll just release that energy, but they don't understand how to... They don't understand how they're just firing energy out there, and they don't understand what they're causing. And then a Gemini will sit there and try to interpret that energy. A Gemini will be like, do you have control or do I have control? That's the real question. Like, yes, we could both hit the ball. Yes, you can hit it over to my side, but ultimately, like, we're gonna see what happens, right? We're gonna see if you become the best player. Maybe that's the energy we'll give you when you decide to take on your dreams. Woo. Okay. What else can I say about Gemini and Sagittarius as the opposites? One's air, one's fire. So Gemini is very theoretical, but their theories are still based in reality, right? And a Sagittarius is very long-term thinking. But sometimes that long-term thinking lacks discipline, lacks focus, because you're shooting this energy out there and you don't know what's happening. You're taking this energy flow and you're going, not mine, not mine, not mine. And you're not taking responsibility for the fact that if you're going to affect the energy in any way, you're not being responsible for that energy flow, right? You're sitting here and you're going, I just want this energy flow off me. I don't want the heat. Well, sometimes you deserve to have the heat. Otherwise, you're gonna fall prey to your own mistakes. Right? That arrow will come back at you. You'll realize that instead of shooting the arrow out, you're shooting the arrow up in the air. And you're waiting it to come fall back down on yourself. So you have to be in control of this energy that you're pushing around. You can't just interpret it, because the interpretation is very confusing, right? And you also can't just shoot it out, because you don't know where that's going to land. Does that make sense? Awesome. I think so. At least it made sense in my own head, right? Okay. Now let's talk about my sign. Capricorn and Cancer. Well, I'm a Cancer. My opposite is Capricorn. So Cancer is I feel, and therefore I'm going to react. Capricorn is I perceive, and therefore I'm going to I perceive, and I'm going to how do I say? Like Cancers, I feel for sure. Capricorn's probably yelling at me, telling me the answers, and I'm like, I don't understand. Capricorn is like, well, it's the discipline factor, but I have a hard time trying to figure it out because it is the opposite of me. It's not easy for me to understand things that are the opposite of me, right? Like a Capricorn will focus on learning a move, and they'll build that project, right? So a Capricorn's like, I know that in order for me to feel satiated being a grand champion, I know that I have to learn how to do a flip reset. Right? But a Cancer will go, you don't need a flip reset to win. You can just feel that energy out and interpret it, what's happening. So yes, a Cancer knows that you need to put in hundreds of hours in order to master something. They're not shy of that, right? But a Cancer isn't going to change his shell the way that a Capricorn will, because a Capricorn is a earth energy, right? So like my mom has a Capricorn moon, and I love to give this as an example because I have a Virgo moon. She loves to clean, and she cleans immediately. Okay? Doesn't even hesitate. And to me, I rather contemplate the dirtiness, because I know that if I contemplate the dirtiness, I understand that if I make my bed every day, that's 10 minutes a day or whatever that I'm spending to try to get a feeling that may not be a feeling that I want, which is the feeling of cleanliness, because cleanliness is a comfortable feeling, and maybe I don't want to feel comfortable. Maybe I want to feel like I have work to be doing that is not making my bed, because making my bed is a low, frivolous task set aside that's not important for me to learn. It is a tool that I can use to feel better about myself if that's what I want. But I know that that feeling is temporary. Right? So the feeling I have about kickoffs, I used to feel like I had to always take a kickoff. And then I realized that you don't need to feel that way at all. You can mix your energy up. You can do things like a fake, or you can because that's, Capricorn, they've got that little goat and the little fishtail, and they're a spooky creature, I call them, because I don't frickin' feel them out. It doesn't feel like they have feelings at all to me, which is not true. Not true at all. They have feelings, you loser. But it's just like, just because you have feelings, because I have feelings all the time, and I want to interpret them the way I want to interpret them, right? But the feelings that I have are not always what's going through people's mind. And just because you can learn all of these new tricks doesn't mean just because you can learn all these new different tricks doesn't mean that they're useful, because it still comes down to feeling. I know that I got a feeling that when you go up for your air dribble, you're going to frickin' miss. And I got a feeling that when you fake a kickoff, you're going to make it a lot easier for me to score a goal if it's just standing still, right? So, when we look at those energies, you got to understand that, if you don't incorporate every single one of these aspects into your gameplay, the 12 astrological signs, and some say there's 13, and the 13 is Euphicus or something. But I don't interpret Euphicus. I interpret that as energy flow, right? There's not 13. Okay, there's no 13th zodiac, you idiot. That is just energy flow that you are interpreting, and the energy flow is very complicated. It is abstract. Because I know that if a ball is sitting in front of my net, that doesn't mean it's going to go in. It's just, oh my gosh, this is where the energy is flowing. Right? I'm not supposed to take this and just be like, well, like, oh my gosh, I'm under pressure because the ball is coming at my net. Because I shouldn't care about that. That's not what I care about, because I should remain confident in my abilities to handle that situation. What else we got to work on? So, like, okay, well, let's talk about Capricorn, because Capricorn is fun for me in the terms of, like, I know that in order for me to become a better player, that I have to work on my discipline. And I feel like Messi is very Cancerian in the terms that he does things with natural abilities, but I'm sure he gets hung up on times where he needs to be more disciplined. Right? So, you know, like when you're disciplined, you can take your feelings and you can figure them out a lot easier, right? What am I really feeling? Well, I feel like I have anxiety, but what is it really? Maybe it's actually excitement. And maybe I don't want to interpret that because I want to stay in the feeling of excitement, instead of moving past that and being like, oh man, I'm really not excited about working today. That's the truth of the matter. Truth of the matter is I'm bored of Rocket League, and I think that astrology is now stupid because I've mastered it. And I don't need to hammer the feeling of mastering this element that I don't need to learn anymore. Right? Or maybe there's more to learn. Ew, there's a chunk in my smoothie. Cool. Okay, and then you also understand that everyone's got different feelings, and everyone is looking out for each other. Truth of the matter is, everyone is looking out for each other, because that's what we are programmed to do as humans. We look out for each other. Period. Plain and simple. That's the truth. I don't believe in evil. I believe in misinterpreted good. Period. Because to sit here and go, like, let's bring in politics. I'm a Republican. I'm a Democrat. I have a stance. I have an opinion. What? Yes, you can have an opinion, and you should affect the energy to let everyone know you're still playing the game. But how do I say this? Like, but to sit here and say that the other side is wrong is just far-fetched. Because they're, like, life is complicated, and, like, I used to, like, I used to get really frustrated, but then I'm like, dude, law is so funny, and there's so many rules and exceptions and ways things can be interpreted, and like, who knows what the good and bad is from all of this? Like, I don't know. Should there be people who are rich and people who are poor? I don't know, dude. Imagine a world without that. I don't know, dude. What is that? You know, like, dude, no one knows things. Like, and like, history has a weird way of telling us what's important and what's not important. So, and then there's things that are important that aren't even known. You know, like, anyways, alright, well, that's enough talk about astrology. Let's see, like I did this earlier, let's see if we can find some astrology signs that we can figure out. When the planets were circling around, I think maybe like last year, I was on point. I'm not gonna lie, I could interpret your astrological sign and be like, I know exactly who you are. But you know what? That energy disappeared, and I don't have that talent anymore. Or at least I don't feel like I do. I got stuck in modalities, and that's where my energy's at right now. Dude, I'm geeking out on this guy's bus. Not exactly the pinch I wanted, but could have been. Nope. Teammate's not back in time for that one. I love how I call these plays out before they even happen. Sometimes. That's how far my... It's very scary to try to take this interpretation of the energy and make sense of it. Like, do you really want to know the feeling of who's gonna win this game or not? Because that's everyone's technical end goal, is to like know that their time is being spent appropriately, right? But to know if your time is being spent appropriately is just bazonkers to even try to interpret, and it's a scary feeling to have. I rather sit here in low energy going, I'm hungry, I'm thirsty, I have to poop, I have to pee, blah 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 blah. I don't want to go. I know I'm gonna poop at 3 o'clock because I've set the parameters, and pooping at 3 o'clock is just the routine that I have. But like, you know, like if you're trying to interpret that energy, then you're just like, you're ruining the joy that you're gonna have, because the joy comes from the journey, not the destination. So it doesn't matter if Anderbro is the best Rocket League player or not. I'm still the best in my own world. For who I am, I'm gonna be the best for myself, even though I'm not. But I'm okay with not being the best and being the best at the same time. Like Schrodinger's cat or whatever, you know, because that's the best energy to be in for me, is to, like, you know, enjoy the fact that I don't want to focus on everyone's feelings. It's not a fun feeling to have if I'm gonna sit here and go, I need to win, I need to win, I need to win. It's not a very good energy to be putting out there in the world. You don't want to do that to the universe, because when you do that to the universe, you get exactly the opposite, I think. You not always, right? But sometimes you do, because it's like you get stuck in that I want to win, I want to win, I want to win, and then all of a sudden what happens is you lose concentration off of, like, enjoying the journey. Are you actually having fun playing Rocket League, or are you being a poop head? And the universe knows what's going on, dude. The universe knows everything and can exactly interpret what is going to be the next cause of action. Because the universe can feel that and understand that interpretation of the energy far better than you. Let's see, what are we doing here? Where are we going with this ball, sir? Ring around the rosy, energy's all in the posy. Ashes, ashes, and can't save. Oh gosh. Man, I'm the worst demigod there is, man. Alright, let's pull some pinch plays. Ha! Whoops. Well, we left it open for him to dunk. Because I don't need the goal, Nutter Butter. Nutter Butter? What did I just say? I don't even know, dude. It's a me, Hera. Epic. Steady-eyed broom. Steady broom? Steady-eyed broom? I don't know, man. I mean, it was a decent shot. I need to learn to do ceiling shots a lot more. I think that I don't incorporate them enough in my gameplay, and they are cool to look at. So I should do it, right? I should learn to practice that instead of just saying that I can get away with not being entertaining by consistently playing weak. You weak, undisciplined motherfucker. You shouldn't even be swearing. This is for kids, you know. Yeah. Aw. Ooh. Oh my gosh, dude. Oh, is that going in still? No. There we go. Get that energy out of here. Oh my gosh, it's still up. That's hilarious. That gave me a trip. Talk about vertigo, man. Well, I don't mean to end on a bad note, because having vertigo is not something I should be expressing to the world all the time. But it is an interesting thing to have. But that's how I feel sometimes. I feel like I get vertigo by going through the learning lessons that I need. So, I don't know, man. I think I need more hobbies in life. Like, that's definitely a downfall. Like, me using drugs to manipulate my mental state in order to feel more comfortable working on discipline is not the appropriate way to handle life. And discipline for me is very, very, very hard. Very, very, very hard. I am a dreamer, and I make some weird things out there in this world. I spread weird energy, and I am apparently okay with doing that, and that's not appropriate all the time. In fact, it's very inappropriate for many people. And I have to learn to be the opposite of myself, and that is a very hard thing to do. And I think it's hard for everyone to do. And so if you're out there and you are a highly, highly disciplined person, I guarantee you'll probably fall into the realm of my existence. And you're going to sit here and you're going to try to interpret that. And I want to let you know that you just need to relax and enjoy spending that time doing something that is not productive. Because that is how you experience life to the fullest. By not focusing on the time that you're spending. Oh! Fucking hilarious. Here's why. Because we didn't talk about Virgo and Pisces. Oh my fucking god. Man, the universe is so fun sometimes. Okay, so Pisces and Virgo. Let's talk about them. What are Pisces? What are Virgo? Well, hey guys. I didn't mean to save you guys for last. I love you. Thanks for being patient. Pisces, you are the explorer. I'm so proud that there's probably Pisces in you if you have explored my channel. Because this stuff is some weird stuff. And it's exciting. And I don't want you to stick around per se. Because I don't know if I can handle your energy. Because I'm sure you got some things that you could say. But and Virgo, you could learn from Pisces by like just coming out, man. Like here's my issue. I got a Virgo moon, right? And I realize that motherfuck, I keep thinking what I want to feel good. And what is going to make me feel good. And I don't even have a fucking clue. And I'm not even trying. I'm not even trying to see what is going to make me feel better. I am trying to interpret the next feeling instead of going after it and just putting that action into play. You know, like if I'm a Virgo, I may get away with being a dumb cunt. Sorry. No, if I'm a Virgo, I may want to sit in that or not bring my energy out into the world or like not just fucking be awesome in a Pisces. And if I'm a Pisces, I gotta learn that maybe I should stop rotating because it's gonna make me dizzy. And then I'm not gonna know what I want because I keep getting exposed to all these choices. Okay, so Pisces and Virgo. Let's see. Virgo is earth, and they are immutable. Pisces is water, and they are immutable. One is a timekeeper. The other is a time waster. Which one is which is a good question. But time is how we perceive reality in many ways. But if you constantly look at the clock, then it's going to affect you in some ways. Because when you look at the clock, then you forget where you're at, which is like Do you want to be happy? Or do you want to be, or do you not know what you want to be? I don't know. What am I trying to say? Well, Pisces is a time. I gotta pee. Can you guys wait? Of course you can. I'll be right back. Let's see if that ball ends up rolling into the goal. I'll be right back. Hey, it did go in, didn't it? Okay, so like, I had to take a piss, and it just wasn't even a lot of piss. So I must be dehydrated and nervous. Man, I hate drinking water sometimes. But I gotta get it in me. Let's see. It's like Virgo, rather, contemplate the feeling of being dehydrated, because the pain gives them feelings. But Pisces will go eat a box of nails because they think that's a good thing to do. So it really is like a combination of like, you both are kind of goofy. Like, yeah, you gotta wait for things, but you also can't just like not wait. It's like a balance. Like, if I'm starting a Rocket League Astrology channel, I don't know. Like, no one knows what's gonna happen in the future, right? No one knows. No one knows if this channel is gonna blow up. Maybe I'll get more subscribers than Mr. Beast just by having, like, if I stop pumping out videos, what if in like 10 years or less I have more subscribers here than Mr. Beast or PewDiePie or whoever's T-Series or whatever, all the popular people, the popular franchises, I should say, because they're almost not people at this point, they're franchises, right? You know, Aquarius versus Leo. Everyone wants to assume that it's just Mr. Beast, and it's not Mr. Beast. It's Mr. Beast and Friends. Or you could just say Friends. You know, poster boy gonna be a poster boy. So, you know, like, I could sit here and I could try to explore, because that's what I did as a Pisces. I explored this creativity that I have. Let's have this box of nails that is Rocket League Astrology channel. And now I'm going to be a Virgo, and I'm going to wait to see if it catches on. And it might catch on, but if I sit here and I wait, or I try to wait for that energetic feedback, I may end up being disappointed when I come to learn that the only good thing that comes from this is my own personal self-satisfaction. And if I'm already satisfied with the content that I've put out, then that's where it needs to land, and that's all that it needs to be. So, like, I can use this as, like, a form of a diary, or, like, you know, my thoughts and my intentions and reactions to things. And if I incorporate some more Pisces in my life, maybe one of my ideas will land. And I have to go through trial and error until I figure it out. And it's like, those are both mutable, right? And that's so funny because they're both different ways to approach things. Wait until you figure it out, or go figure it out and then wait. So, you know, those are the energies that flow. So you've got those 6 parameters that establish everything in the universe. And I think that when you understand that, it's going to make you a more efficient of a human being, in the terms of you'll understand when to, or you'll learn to pull your punches and try when you need to. And it's like, you know, if you sit here and I'm 30, but if I sit here and say I'm 30 years old, I know that I'm going to be a much different person by far at a different age in my life. And I don't know where that cookie will fall, per se. I don't know where is the best version of me. Well, probably me in another, who knows when. I'm not peaked. And if I'm going to sit here and not put out content just because I'm not peaked, that's not going to help me. That's not going to help me figure things out. I'm not going to know that I'm just an average looking dude and not absolutely stunning and drop dead gorgeous, because I'm not even bothering to try to answer that question for myself. Maybe because I don't want to deal with the repercussions of that, of knowing that answer. Right? And conversely, you know, like, if you are a Pisces and you're trying to go around and explore, you may not understand that you're exploring things and you don't even know what you're fucking seeing. You can't even take the time to interpret that this girl who doesn't like me playing video games is a moron, and she should learn to find some more joy in her life instead of spreading around hate. Learn to suck it up and to own your emotions. So, you know, like, it's a huge balance of things, and like, I find that I have really enjoyed this game, and I have enjoyed it so much that that's what I had to do. Look how freaking it paused the whole thing. Like, my whole thing just shook up because of that. Isn't that fucking weird? Isn't that just so fucking weird that this game would do that to me? So, like, something that's happened to me recently, and I've never felt like this before in my life. Okay? I would get sexual Like, I'd get turned on just by conversation of listening to someone else. And I thought that I had to look at a picture of a naked lady in order to feel sexual. And after I finished all of that, finally got that energy out, and now I'm turning myself on. What the fuck? Some weird shit, right? Sit down, boner, you stupid boner. Hell. Fucking doesn't even make sense. And I'm like, oh, ready? Okay, so like, look at your emotions as temporary. And you can slap yourself out of it, because sometimes you don't need to go learn lessons, man. So don't throw yourself at the book all the time, and and be okay exploring some of this stuff. Like, you have to understand that when you risk your energy throwing out there, you're gonna run into things that, like, you have to be okay with feeling and interpreting. It's not appropriate for me to put that energy on other people, but if I'm not going to be comfortable absorbing some of that energy and trying to interpret that energy, then I'm not going to grow as a person. Like to know that I could be turned on just through conversation that is asexual, I had no idea. Absolutely no idea. It weirds me out, because I'm a man and I have to look at a naked pretty woman in order to, like, feel something. But then I was like, like, a different interpretation was like I'd watch pornography, and then, like, I started getting into, like, just listening to the audio of things, or, like, getting into storytelling, and all of a sudden that became something that I sought out, and then it was like, wow, I'm turned on. Like last night I was, excuse me for talking about this stuff, but we're all human, right? So last night I was like, ugh, I have high anxiety. I need to watch a porn. And I've been trying to work on cutting that behavior out of my life, because I don't find it productive, because I want a girlfriend in real life, right? But I submitted to my lower level vibrations and was like, I gotta watch a video or something and just get this energy, expel this energy out of me. And I clicked on a video that I didn't really find appropriate for my default feelings and actions. Normally, I want a dream girl, right? I want my dream girl. And boy, I've spent all this time fucking looking for her. Still can't figure out what my dream girl is. But anyways, so I clicked on a video that I just knew I wasn't really cardinal energy attracted to, right? I used mutable as a way of going into this. I said, I know that this video is not really going to do it for me, but I'm going to watch this anyways. And what was so fascinating is I was aroused, but I wasn't turned on. And it was a really fun experience for me to have, because for the first time I was watching a porno that, like, I didn't feel like I wanted to jack off. I just wanted to sit there and, like, enjoy this, like, weird arousal that I was having, which was my curiosity came out. I stopped trying to seek to ball chase. I stopped trying to ball chase those good feelings, and I was approaching things a little bit more creatively, which is like, nah, whatever I'm feeling, I don't really want to feel that way. I knew that those weren't the feelings that I wanted to interpret or feel for myself. And I learned that I am allowed a whole different sexualized experience for myself that I had no idea existed. And here I am now communicating and talking these things out, and that to me is a whole other sexualized experience that I've never fucking had for myself. It turns me on to talk about Rocket League and astrology right now. And that's okay and kind of kind of embarrassing, but it's the truth. And it shows me, like, I have an issue with opening up my feelings to people because I know I have my moon in Virgo. And I know when I do open up my feelings are a Leo. My Mercury is in Leo. So I know that sometimes when I open up my feelings, I'm just like a snarly motherfucker. Like, absolutely snarly, and people run away from that stuff, and then it makes me cry and want to close down more, and then I've just continuously been digging this hole for myself, and finally we've got Saturn in transit, because I'm 30 and I'm able to interpret these feelings a little bit differently, and have more of a head on my shoulder instead of being this goon that I was in my 20s, because I was ball chasing. And if someone was looking across the field and they see that happen, I'm not hiding a damn thing. Just because I'm not saying anything doesn't mean people can't interpret that. And they'll want to send their support, but they know that it's not going to get through to me. And so it becomes a worthless cause. And that's why I'm hung up and not able to date women, because I'm caught in this feelings that I have that are just so surface level. So I find it very philanthropic to go expose myself to those energies that I don't normally find impactful, and I think that that's healthy to do, and that's how you go get new friends. That's how you learn from other people in ways that you've never learned before, instead of consistently learning from the surface. Like, if you sit here and you go, I'm never going to go try to be a vegan, then I'll never know that that's the route that I should take. Or if you never, if you're a girl and you never go try to ask out a boy, you're never going to know what it's like to be a boy and be put in those positions where, you have those different types of feelings. So like I speak to women like that because I think that I find, and please correct me if I'm wrong, but I find a lot of masculine men, or masculinity is about the cardinal and the fixed, and a lot of femininity comes from the mutable and fixed. And you need to interpret those energies, because there are masculine-leaning men and feminine-leaning women. And, like, for instance, there's this fat chick, and I'm not necessarily attracted to fat people, but it's funny because I have obese family members that I love very dearly, right? And their weight doesn't even factor into my consciousness, mostly. I don't even care because I love them so much that, like, just because you're unhealthy doesn't mean I love you less, right? And they don't understand that. They think, well, majority of the people don't like me. No, that's not true. That's not true. They don't understand you. That's the truth. And they don't feel comfortable trying to understand you. Because they themselves are not comfortable exploring those feelings. So, okay, like, where was I going with this? Oh, okay, so this fat chick, she absolutely loved me. And I'm like, damn, that kind of turns me on a little bit. And we've had like a long friendship, and I've had to block her recently because I'm like, yeah, well, I get a lot of people who like me. Why should I like you back? And I stopped playing to these low vibrations of like, I just enjoy being appreciated and liked. And I couldn't stick up for myself. And then I lead her on more by even allowing my energy to be penetrated. Penetration. Okay, so like if you're going to sit here and you're going to like exist in this world, you need to understand that energy with Virgo and Pisces, that it is a combination of being in control of the energy that you have and where it goes, and allowing that submission of higher learning to happen to you. Because maybe I am a chubby chaser and I do love fat women, and I just don't know it yet. And maybe I can make a comfortable scenario if I go start dating BBWs, and like maybe that's what I want in my life, and I just don't know it. And I don't know that that's the sensuality that would allow me to permit growth in my life. But I'm not comfortable to accepting that reality. Right? Because the norms are set and the expectations are set on me because of my family and because of who I am and where I'm at and the ball. It's like I've done this a very few times, but like if you sit here and you like let the ball go in the net and you just sit here and you're just like, yeah, I'm gonna let the opponents score on me because I am going to demonstrate to you that my teammate is not behaving appropriately. Like if I'm trying to play and I'm trying to ball chase and he or she is like smacking my car and we're both going for the ball at the same time, we're not giving each other space to like to cooperate. Which isn't always a bad thing. Sometimes you don't want to give your teammates space, right? Sometimes you want to go in for pinch plays. A lot of people misinterpret, like, if pinch plays are a thing, and if I'm dragging a ball like this, I want you to definitely come drive your car into mine and fucking smack the hell out of this ball, and let's try to pinch that into the net. But, like, so if I'm going to mix up the energies, there's different ways that I can try to stimulate my partner through different means. And I don't even know the effect that I have on them because I'm not willing to explore that mutably. Right? So if I let a goal get dunked on me, yes, I'm now down a goal. It's 0-1. But now all of a sudden I may send a message to my teammate to correct their behavior in order to preserve the longevity of the game. Now all of a sudden we're up 4-1. Just because I allowed that goal to happen. I want you guys to, and well, I'm sure Rocket League has these statistics, right? I would love to know what Rocket League knows. But what I want to learn is what happens when you make those effects play out. Like if I allow every opponent in the history of the world to get a free goal on me, does that mean that I can come back and win? And not always. A lot of times it's like, no. You're too Aquarius thinking. You need to pull back and be more Leo. And so yeah, it's a fascinating combination. I really hope you guys learn something from it and learn that like life is just like, I got a Libra ascendant, so I'm talking all about a balance and all that kind of stuff. But like to find importance in meeting, I think like society needs to kind of find the happy ground and figure it all out. But I don't know. I'm not going to tell what society should do, but I want to at the same time. It's like I'm not in the authority to govern society, right? I don't believe in that per se. I believe in figureheads, which are important to aspire to, right? But I don't believe in the principle of them governing the reality of the situations, because it's far complex and it's biased and all that kind of stuff, right? You know, and that's, you know, you can talk about being a Democrat or Republican, same fucking stuff. And the older you get, the more you realize that you can't just be like, you're wrong, you're right, like, fuck you, all for me, blah, 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 because it's just like, nah, even Nancy Pelosi needs to let Mitch McConnell speak sometimes. You know? But yeah, it's a weird world. I hope I give you guys good perspective on things, or you've gathered something, because that's what I want from this, is not to become renowned for Rocket League astrology. I find it so silly. Like, I don't know if I'd watch my own content. Maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit. But, like, you know, find a happy medium to things. Learn exposure, and when that scares you, find your comfort. But if you're seeking comfort all the time, that's malice. So, what else? Oh my god. These stupid fucking pigeons. Dude, I live in Manhattan, and I got a pigeon problem in my house. And they come and they poop all over my fucking window. And then anytime it's like too hot in my place and I have to open a window or something, then it smells like pigeon shit. And I hate to say this, because fucking PETA is going to come after me. And I know I'm breaking the law, because I shouldn't be even saying this. But I've got an airsoft gun, and I've shot these pigeons sometimes to try to shoo them away. And they don't fucking learn. They don't want to learn. They just want to shit on my fucking window and make me smell their shit. I've stopped shooting them. I only did it one time or a couple times. It's a very mean thing to do. Don't do that. But it is kind of hilarious. And those motherfucking pigeons, dude, they're straight up G's. I've shot one of them, and they're just like, what? And they look at me like, I'm gonna shit more on your fucking window. They're like, challenge accepted. I'm gonna go fucking find the nastiest thing to eat. Oh man, pigeons. They're smart little birds. They're survivors, man. Wow. Yeah, I don't know why we mentioned this, but I feel guilty as hell for doing that. I guess that's why I had to get it off my conscience. Another problem that Andrew needs to work on is don't mess with pigeons. Pigeons are nice birds. They like eat crumbs and stuff. Because anytime someone wants to feel good, feeding pigeons are there to fucking clean up. They're like, oh look, a homeless man tossing out crumbs on the street. Fulfilling that man's life because he feels like he's giving to nature. Yeah, you sure are. Pigeon's like, fucking gotta go to work today. Goddamn humans making me chubby. No other bird can do what I do. Not even the seagull can deal with this shit. A seagull gets to be on the beach every day. God, I wish I had a hot seagull to fuck. Oh man. Okay. Yeah, all right, guys. I'm gonna take a piss, go say hi to the pigeons, and we'll start up a competitive match just to play another game, just to release some energy. And I'll be right back because I gotta pee again. Cause wow. Yeah. No wonder why I had hemorrhoids this morning. I have not been drinking enough water. I was very, very dehydrated. And when I'm dehydrated, I don't feel loved because my body is not clean. You know? So I gotta drink some more water. Oh my god, I love metaphysics. When does metaphysics become a pseudoscience? That is a very good question. Pseudosciences are of or relating to sciences, but they're fake, right? Like Sasquatch. Metaphysics is my uncle's a Sasquatch. I made myself laugh. Holy shit. Alright. Enough out of you, loser. Get back in the field. Let's fucking destroy these boys. I love how Rocket League paints this. They're like Hot Wheels and they got a snake, a monkey, a shark. What kind of messages are they sending in that field? That's funny. Roller coaster, a Ferris wheel. A lot of meanings attached to that. A lot of meanings attached to that. What field am I playing? Should I incorporate that in my understanding of physics and metaphysics? Yes and no. You don't always want to sit there and try to make a spiritual lesson out of things, because you're gonna be a kook. Is that a swear word? Or a racial slur? Sorry guys, I am a white man, and I am fucked up. I don't think that racism exists. I think that people are just stupid. No, Andrew, racism exists. You're stupid. Ours bipolar. Yeah, a little bit bipolar. Buttocks, Nazanite. Cool. I like Nazanite. That's a cool fucking name. Come on, bipolar, let's go. Is being bipolar a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know. I think it's probably like... I think there probably needs to be some bipolarism in this world, right? My mom isn't bipolar because she tries to schmooze me all the time, even though I know she's a liar. I'm probably bipolar for sure, or show symptoms of something, like not maybe psychosis, maybe depression, maybe bipolarism, maybe a little bit of schizophrenia, maybe you know, all sorts of things. But I am emotional, and I'm a loving human being, and I think that gets me pretty far in life, I think. Oh, that's a good way to say astrology. Like, Cancer's I think, Capricorn's Cancer is I feel, Capricorn is I think. So, like, if you are a Capricorn, you need to be I feeling more, and if you are a Cancer, you need to be saying I think more. Because then you'll realize that you're not a very big thinker, you're actually a feeler. How do you feeling? How am I feeling right now? Pretty cathartic, not gonna lie. Yeah, I feel really good because I was able to vent some stuff and like follow my passions and hobbies and like learn and grow and take responsibility for being an absolute weirdo, and you know, like and being more accepting of my authenticity, because authenticity is the new cool. Because I think when you live a life of like sin, which is, you know, falling to your low level vibrations, you're going to not live a very comfortable life, that's for sure. You know, like, and maybe that's what you want a little bit. I don't know. Why are we're down so many points, dude? Am I even playing? Or is my teammate not playing? That's a great question, dude. Great question. Come on, bipolar, let's go. Oh, God. What is he, a Gemini? Is that? No. Okay, gosh. Alright. Hey, we forfeited together before. Sorry, bipolar. Was that wrong? Did I offend you? Let's get back on Gemini. I will throw shade at Gemini every fucking day I get. And poor Geminis, man. Without Geminis, I don't think I would have any feelings. Because without having the interpretation of the world becomes very, what's the right word? Isometric? Is that the right word? I think so. So is that the right word? I gotta fucking nope. Backing out of that game. Where's my home? I don't want to do that on camera. I'm pretty sure that's the right word. Is that what I'm trying to say? Isometric is an adjective meaning of or having equal dimensions. In physiology, it means relating to or denoting muscular action in which tension is developed without contraction of the muscle. Of or having equal dimension. Yeah, a little bit. But I think it's Gemini's provide isometric to the world. You know, it's like so like basically it's the equal sign in a math equation, and you can have the number 5 and interpret it all you want, but if you have 5 equals 2x, then you can solve for x, and you're gonna feel like you solved that equation, aren't you? Very interesting, Anda. Very interesting. Hopefully I don't take you guys into space that much. Let's come back down to reality. The reality is you're awful. You're absolutely god fucking awful at figuring this shit out. Life is so much more complicated than you think. And you haven't even unlocked the ability to go through portals yet. So go fuck yourself. Yeah, I said it. You haven't even learned space travel, motherfucker. So don't say that I'm taking you to space when you haven't even fucking opened up a portal gun, motherfucker. Have you ever done that? Nope, you haven't. Rickety rickety-ricked. Now, who wants to go? Oh, gosh. Okay. Knowing things exist before they exist. Weird. Okay. Yeah, so, like, you know. This guy's gonna take a shot. Look at Ghosty Land being a Sagittarius or Virgo or something. Mutable for sure, hanging in the back. Mutable fix, chilling. He's chilling. So let's see. We want to mix up that energy. So, and I can tell that Arminair is chasing. So I can confront his energy pretty easily. And I'm going to confront the other guy's energy in just a minute. Okay. Well, not the play I wanted, but the play I got. Now, is it rude of me? Is it rude of me to fucking interpret people's energies? Yeah, it is. You don't know what they know, motherfucker. Like, yeah. And that's why you gotta give people time. Ooh, save it, save it, save it. Yes! I kind of let him do that. I wanted him to. He boomed me for it. He's like, you fucker, you should have scored on me, and this is what you get for not scoring on me. You knew you could have. Oh man, I'm gonna derank today. Holy shit. Oh goddamn, what a goon! What a goon! And bro. Alright, come here, you. Ghostland's still taking out his energy. Watch this. Oops, missed. What you going? What the hell? That's what I love about Rocket League. The funny stuff like that just like, it just happens. Not the stuff you know, not the stuff you learn, the stuff that just is like, just amazing. And it might even be stuff you've seen before, but it's like, it doesn't happen often, you know? Wow. Glad I pulled my energy out of that one, huh? Shoot. Uh-oh. We good. Still 1-1. I'm gonna win this. Of course he saves it. Ghost is caring for Amir so much. And you're like, how do you interpret that? Amir is the one with the points. No. Look who left first. Yikes. Uh-oh, did I bump you? Get that piss out of here. I gotta chase the ball still. Chase the ball. Game's over, buddy. I mean, not really, but I'll give you a sliver of hope. Just like my subscribers. Yeah. Ooh, doesn't that sting? I didn't have to save the ball. It wasn't gonna go in the net. Yes, you did. You're not allowed to move on to a new hobby, Ander, until you become a grand champion. Set by the universe. You did it yourself. Take the shot, Mr. President. Nope, he didn't do it. Good. Ha! Now I don't have to feel so bad about myself. Alright. Thank you guys very much for enjoying the commentary of my life. I hope you learned some things. I hope you don't go looking at your natal chart trying to figure out how to better yourself in every way. Because that is some high-level astrology that you should not just, like if you stumble on my channel and you start listening to me and you learn stuff, yes, it's going to improve your life dramatically. But are you enjoying the destination or the journey? And sometimes it's better not to know. Right? So, live in the present. Make the decisions you're going to make because you're going to do them anyways. Enjoy life. And welcome to a new sense of well-being for yourself. And thank you, Elon Musk, for making me talk like him sometimes. Because that motherfucker is a very entertaining character to look at, and my mannerisms have definitely rubbed off, or his mannerisms have rubbed off to me, and I need to stop binging his content because what he does is rude sometimes. Well, Bezos got a good laugh out of that one. Oh, shit. All right, guys. I love you. Have a good one.